A major and highly unusual development is unfolding in Washington, D.C. U.S. Attorney Pirro has convened a special federal grand jury, a rare legal step that immediately raises questions about what prosecutors may be preparing to investigate. Unlike a standard grand jury, a special grand jury can focus on one particular investigation or a group of related cases, and under certain circumstances, it can issue a report about its findings. So, what exactly is happening? And what could this mean? Here's what we know. According to reporting from the Washington Post, Pirro's office has established a special grand jury in Washington. The panel is expected to be overseen by Steven Vandervelden, a senior prosecutor in Pirro's office. But there is one major unanswered question. What is the grand jury investigating? So far, prosecutors have not publicly identified the specific case or cases assigned to the panel. That uncertainty is significant because special grand juries are extremely unusual. A normal federal grand jury typically considers a wide range of criminal matters. A special grand jury, by contrast, is designed to concentrate on a particular investigation or related investigations. The panel can hear evidence, examine potential criminal conduct, and determine whether there is probable cause to support an indictment. But there is another important difference. A special grand jury can potentially produce a report about its investigation even when prosecutors do not ultimately obtain criminal indictments. That makes this legal tool especially powerful and potentially controversial. The move comes at a politically sensitive moment for the Justice Department and Pirro. Her office has faced several high-profile legal battles in recent months, including investigations involving figures connected to the Trump administration's political opponents. Some previous efforts by prosecutors have also run into resistance from Washington grand juries. For example, a grand jury previously declined to indict 6 Democratic lawmakers over a video concerning military members and unlawful orders. Pirro's office later dropped its effort to pursue those indictments. That history gives the latest move additional significance. However, it is important not to jump to conclusions. The existence of a special grand jury does not mean someone has been charged with a crime. It also does not mean prosecutors have already determined that criminal conduct occurred. At this stage, the most important fact is simply that federal prosecutors have created an unusually focused investigative mechanism. The development is also attracting attention because of the broader political pressure surrounding federal investigations in Washington. President Donald Trump has repeatedly pushed for investigations involving people he considers political adversaries. At the same time, critics have accused the administration of using federal law enforcement for political purposes, allegations that supporters of the administration reject. The special grand jury itself, however, does not establish that any particular investigation is politically motivated. That question would depend on the evidence, the prosecutor's actions, and ultimately what the grand jury is actually asked to investigate. So what happens now? The grand jury can hear evidence and potentially issue subpoenas as prosecutors pursue their investigation. Federal grand jury proceedings are generally conducted in secret, meaning the public may not know exactly what the panel is examining until prosecutors take further action, or information becomes public through court proceedings. A special grand jury can generally operate for an extended period, potentially up to several years with judicial approval and extensions. That means this story could develop slowly. For now, there are more questions than answers. What investigation is being presented to the grand jury? Who could potentially become a target? And will the panel eventually recommend criminal charges, issue a report, or simply conclude its work without a major public outcome? Those questions remain unanswered. One thing is clear: Pirro's decision to convene a special grand jury is an unusual development in Washington, and one that could become an important part of the Justice Department's ongoing legal and political battles. As more information becomes public, the focus will be on what this grand jury is investigating, and whether its work results in indictments, a report, or neither. We'll continue to follow the story as it develops. Subscribe for more breaking U.S. news and political updates.